Hey guys, biggest question that most people ask when they start a new MMO is which class they should choose. So in this video we're gonna talk about that. If you're new to the channel, remember to like the video, subscribe, and let's get into it. So first of all, let's start with the two things that you should think about when you choose the class. You should choose a class based on the role that you want to play, and the game has three roles: tank, DPS, and healer. So the main things that you have into every RPG game. And then the second thing is the aesthetic. We could go into a lot of details about the build, the skill, and stuff like that. At the end of the day, the game is meant to be enjoyed, and if you choose a class but then you don't like it, like aesthetically speaking, or you don't like the role, it's not for you, you're gonna get bored, or you're gonna get annoyed, and you're gonna quit the game, or change class and have to start again. So I think this is the true only requirement that you need to think about to choose the class. And so to show you better the aesthetic of the class, I actually chose to use the website and not the game, because on the website you can see a little bit more class change compared to the game. In the game we only have the class change 1 and the class change number 2, but on the website they also have the number 3 and number 4. So you can have like a sneak peek on what the class is gonna look like in the end game. And also I know that on the Chinese server they have more class than this, but for now this is what we got on the website, and that's fine. Also, from what I understand from the Chinese players, like I spoke with a couple of them, they say that the classes are pretty much balanced. So you can choose whatever you want. There is not like a best class or a worst class. Every class is fine. Every class is good. The game is very balanced. It's balanced very well. So just go for whatever you like and the role that you feel like it fits you, and that's about it. So this is the tank. You need to be sure that you keep the aggro. Even if the game is automatic, you need to skill. I think the skill is called War Cry, to make sure that you keep the aggro and that the boss doesn't go on the enemy, on your DPS or your healer. And that's it about the tank. Then the second one that I want to talk about is the priest. In my opinion, the priest is the most free-to-play friendly class in this game, for the simple reason that it's going to be one of the least popular. Usually that's what happens in video games. And so everybody's going to need a priest in their team, in their party, for pretty much every mode of the game. That means that you're gonna find party very easy, and that people are not gonna be picky about your equipment, about your stat and stuff like that. As long as you can heal and you can dispel, it's probably gonna be fine. It's probably gonna be easy. So it's not depending too much on your equipment. You're not gonna have to compete too much with people that spend money on equipment or pet or skill and stuff like that. Again, you can check from here the class change, so the aesthetic of the class, and see if you like it or not. Of course, I don't think I have to explain to you the role of the priest. Obviously is to heal. And then let's go into the 3 DPS class. This one is the ranger. Also for the DPS class, you cannot play the game fully automatic. You need to be present during the trials and during the run of every mode pretty much, because sometimes you actually have to move, like for the dragon, but sometimes also because you have to interrupt the skill of the boss. So your job as a DPS, other than doing damage, is also to interrupt the skill of the boss, because otherwise they can kill the tank, the healer, or like the DPS. And that's the aesthetic of the ranger. This one is actually pretty cool. The tank has very cool class. This one looks like a sword. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's me, but I'm pretty sure this one is a sword, which is kind of interesting on a ranger. And yeah, I was saying the tank looks super sick. Like this class looks very cool. This one is the ranger. Then let's get into the mage. Pretty much the same thing that we talk about the ranger also apply on the mage. So let's just look at the aesthetic of the class. This is actually very cool. And this is the last one. This also actually looks very fine, very cool. And then we have the assassin. I think from what I see in my server, this is the most popular class. So if you pick this one, you probably have the most competition, for the simple reason that there's like a lot of people playing the assassin, because it's very cool. I think the assassin is overall the one that has the coolest, like look at this, that's such a freaking cool weapon. Is the class that has all the cool class change. Like look at this one, like this one is sick, like with the size, oh my god, this is very, very cool. And again, the role of this class is the same as the other 2 DPS. You need to interrupt the boss. You need to be a little bit more careful with the assassin, because you're gonna be melee range. And when you're melee range, if the boss do some skill that has not a super big AoE range, so it's not gonna hit the ranger and the mage, it's definitely gonna hit you. And so yes, you need to be a little bit more careful about that, but that's about it. Again, you should choose based on what you like, playstyle and aesthetic, and don't worry too much about anything else. The classes are all very balanced. They can also play DPS if you want. For example, even the healer and the tank, they can play DPS if you want. The only thing is that I don't advise to pick them to play DPS, for the simple reason that the party is gonna wait for you to be like a tank if you're a tank, and a healer if you're a healer. So if you don't provide a good tank and a good healing, it's most likely that people are gonna flame you. It's gonna become a problem. maybe for you to find a decent party. But other than that, yeah, that's all you have to consider. I don't think there is anything else to discuss here. Let me know in the comment what class did you pick, and yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you as always for watching, and see you in the next one.